Hi everybody, this is Janet D, the PT, and I'm coming to you today to talk about trouble sleeping. Okay, so we're in like unprecedented times right now, and yeah, I'm hearing a lot about people having difficulty sleeping. Um, and so today's video is going to be talking about all the different kinds of sleep preferences out there, what you can do, what kind of common items you can find at the store to facilitate a really great night's sleep based off of your preferences, and not medication related. Okay, so I do not promote taking melatonin or Tylenol PM to fall asleep. And I got great reasons, okay? When you ingest that medication, okay, your body becomes reliant on those supplements in order to fall asleep, okay? So when you ingest the melatonin to knock yourself out, then the melatonin that your body naturally produces starts to feel like, hey, I don't need to work as hard because I'm getting it elsewhere, okay? So a lot of the things that I'm going to talk about today are not medication related, okay? So I do not promote taking melatonin or Tylenol PM in order to fall asleep. We'll discuss that a little bit further later. So we're going to talk about the difference between falling asleep for anxiety reasons versus sleep apnea. So what is sleep apnea? Okay, sleep apnea is basically when your breathing starts and stops throughout a full night's sleep. Okay, people who tend to have sleep apnea are loud snorers, right? Loud snorers, they are really tired in the morning. They can complain about a morning headache, okay? Be irritable, right? And a dry mouth. Okay, so those are some of the symptoms that could be telling you, hey, maybe I should go get that checked out, okay? If you think that you have sleep apnea, talk to a doctor, right? Nowadays, they got telehealth. That's so much faster and easier to see a doc if you feel like you have sleep apnea, okay? Some of the risk factors of sleep apnea include a wide neck, so a thick neck, okay? Being overweight, alcohol or sedatives can change the way that you sleep. Smoking, nasal congestion, being male, being older, and having diabetes or high blood pressure kind of puts you in a risk of developing sleep apnea. So especially if you have those risk factors, go see a doc, okay? The rest of my video is going to be talking about trouble sleeping for anxiety reasons, okay? But first, we have to find out what is your sleep preference, okay? So everybody has different ways that they fall asleep, okay? So I have this really nifty checklist that I made, right? Okay, so do you like sleeping when it's cold or hot in the room? Okay, so if it's cold in the room or that you prefer a cold room to fall asleep, you like the silk, the satin sheets, right? High thread counts. You're gonna prefer having a humidifier and a thin top sheet to fall asleep, right? If you like being warm to go to bed, you're gonna like the flannel sheets, a humidifier, and or a weighted blanket, right? Okay. Awesome. Now, some people like sleeping in a dark and quiet environment. And so what's great about that is you could have blackout curtains. You can use earplugs or a face mask in order to help promote that kind of sleep environment. Okay. Some people, like these are the people who can like fall asleep on an airplane or like a movie theater, or like kids, right? They like more of the noisy background. So some of their sleep preferences might include a white noise machine or a nightlight. Okay? Really interesting stuff, right? So you gotta set up your environment in order to promote a great night's sleep. Okay, so you got to figure out, are you a hot or a cold environment sleeper? Do you like dark and quiet, or do you like some noise, a little background music, right? Okay, so what are some great items to settle down, to have your settle down process to fall asleep? Okay, so some people, like me included, I like to settle down and read my phone or iPad or TV before I go to bed, right? Because that's about the only time I get any sort of quiet, right? So something that I could use if I don't want to give up that habit is a set of blue light glasses, okay? So the light that's emitted from our phones, from TV, from our iPads, okay, is a really bright light, okay? And it stimulates your brain to stay awake, okay? So one of the reasons why I don't like promoting melatonin to fall asleep is just like this, okay? The devices tell your body to stay awake, that it's still daytime, that you could still be stimulated, right? Instead of the settling down. So when you wear the blue light glasses, it takes away that brightness. So then that way your body can naturally produce melatonin, serotonin in order to fall asleep. All right. Yeah, I know. That's a great one, right? Okay. Other things that you could do to fall asleep with your beginning process is having a cup of tea. So there are so many decaffeinated, always check the labels, okay? Decaffeinated tea, sleepy time teas that can promote that settling down process, okay? It's also great because the water keeps your body hydrated while we're going into sleep mode. Okay, other things you can use, a diffuser with lavender oil, even the diffusers that change color, just to kind of like soothe, start to settle yourself down. Okay, lowering the house temperature. Okay, so what's great about lowering the house temperature is, one, helps your bills, right? But two, your brain actually recovers and settles down better in a colder environment. Okay. But then on the other extreme, some people who need to settle down, and this is me included, okay? But you always got to go based off of how you feel and how your body responds. But I love exercising at nighttime, okay? Because I get all my anger and aggression out in a great exercise, and then I feel like my head is clear, my stress is gone, and then I feel like I'm able to fall asleep better. Okay. There are some people who respond to exercise where it like revs them up for the day. Okay. So that is a personal preference. You just got to figure out what works for you. Okay. That's what's so great about this video, is providing you options off of how your body responds to all these different inputs. Okay? All right, so one of the things we're going to talk about now is body position in bed. Okay, you're getting ready to go to bed. Okay, what position do you sleep in? Are you a back sleeper? Are you a side sleeper? Are you a left side or a right side sleeper? Okay, or do you like to sleep on your belly? Do you curl up in a ball, or do you like to be stretched out? Okay, so one of the best ways to fall asleep and to stay asleep, I know this is a really good one, okay, is to lay on your left side. Okay, and there's science behind this. This is really interesting. There's research articles out there, and of course, being a PT and being a nerd, I totally love reading about this stuff. Okay, so what does laying on your left side really do for you? Okay, laying on your left side actually takes gravity and the strain off of your heart while it's having to pump the blood while you're asleep. I know. I totally love it, and I do. I notice a difference between sleeping on my left side from my right side. Another bit of science is people who sleep on their left side tend to have lower chances of Alzheimer's. I know, isn't this stuff, oh, this stuff is so cool. Okay. So gosh, if you're a toss and turner, really check it out. See if laying on your left side makes a difference to help you settle down to fall asleep, right? Okay, other great things to do, especially if you're older, is to have enough pillows. So hug a pillow, a body pillow, things like that, where your back, your hip, and your knees are aligned to be straight, whether you're on your side or on your back or on your tummy, right? So then that way you're not waking up in the middle of the night from pain, from being uncomfortable. Okay. And then when you're in that alignment sleeping, waking up, you're not going to have as many of those aches and pains that people report when they're older. It usually has to do with maybe you're sleeping wrong, right? But I really hope that you enjoyed this video today, because there are so many things we can do outside of medication in order to help fall asleep and get a good night's rest, okay? Because especially during all this uncertain time, having a great night's sleep really sets your day up for success, right? Okay, so if you really liked my video, go ahead and drop a like, okay? If you really need somebody else to see this, press like, share, subscribe to my channel. That would be amazing. If there's anything that you would like to see in a future video, go ahead, drop a comment below. Let me know. All right, I'll catch you guys later. Bye.